Hello everyone. I would usually play a lick of music here, but today's different. I have some thoughts I need to get off my chest. Also, in order to ensure I don't get off topic, I will not be viewing the stream chat today during the duration of the stream. This discussion is in lieu of the election, but there will be no complaining, nor will there be any gloating or I told you so's. Only what should be done in the era to come. This video is not meant to use people as a means to an end for my own personal gain. For this reason, I have removed all monetization from this video, and I encourage you to spread the words I will be speaking today, even if you don't put my name on it. So go ahead. I don't care if you plagiarize everything I say word for word, if it means that you pass the message along to the next person. So just please give me 5 minutes of your time to hear the message I'm about to say, and in the end, if you agree, then share these words, or if it's easier, share this video. It is evident that a large portion of the population is not only shocked, but frightened by the results of the 2016 election. With all the arguably justifiable claims of bigotry and prejudice aimed at the new president of the United States, I am reminded of a pivotal point in our country's history, the Birmingham campaign. Now, I'm not the biggest history buff, so I encourage you to do your own research, but I've linked some articles on the topic in the description below. Here's a summary though. In 1963, Martin Luther King Jr. and the Civil Rights Movement decided to attempt a campaign of nonviolent protests and marches in the heart of the segregated South, Birmingham, Alabama. As imagined, this movement was met with some resistance, but the most notable resistance was headed by radio personality and longtime Commissioner of Public Safety, Bull Connor. Connor was the textbook definition of tyrannical bigotry, and he was infamously remembered for ensuring that the protesters were met with hate and fire hoses. Ironically enough, Connor was so full of blatant prejudice and brutality that his actions were commonly credited for the success of the civil rights movement in Birmingham, which in turn was considered the major turning point in the favor of the fight for civil rights across the nation. This ironic effect worked on a micro scale in one town, so it got me thinking, why not go bigger? In the technological era, our people are more connected than ever, and now that we have our bigoted martyr, I think it's time that we ride the ironic tides of change to cultural progress. The thing is, there's a multidimensional divide in this country. It's very hard to see who's on whose side, and it all stems from the philosophical idea of the other. Now, I'm not saying it's bad to see someone as different. Instead, I'm making the claim that it's morally wrong to assume that because someone is different, they are bad. For some people, there's no way around these thoughts. Inevitably, obsessions become compulsions, and we start to see the germination of racism, sexism, and prejudice in general. But the beauty of the situation we are in is that we now have a perfect anti-role model to put on a pedestal for the world to see. Now all we must do is act. It is a common claim that we must fight fire with fire, but I don't think that applies here. At the end of the day, if everything burns down, we'll have nothing left of the America we know. Instead, I suggest suffocation. When a candle is subjected to a limited oxygen supply, it will quickly burn out. Following this metaphor, I claim that perhaps some people who insist on living in the past will never change. But that doesn't mean that we can't shape the future. It is obvious that the political figures given limelight in this country are not fit to be role models. So, the responsibility falls on the shoulders of the common people. I'm not asking you to change who you are, but every little change can make a big difference. So, take a moment to step back and analyze who you are and how you live your life from an outside perspective. Then, find someone who is different from you and gain their perspective. If we become active in our community and inspire youths to strive to be educated, morally sound individuals, we can snuff out prejudice at the source. First, we must spread awareness. This is not a movement that has an official organization or some sort of political agenda, so the power is in the individual. I ask you to spread these words, whether they be by reiterating what I've said today or by simply sharing this video around on social media. But First, for the purposes of linking everything together and gaining some extra awareness, I ask you to add the hashtag the US campaign. But as I mentioned before, awareness alone is not enough. So actively ask yourself the questions: am I being a good role model? How is this affecting other people? And could I be doing anything better? The ball is in your court, America. Thank you for your time.